Welcome back to Our Community. Susie Thomas visiting with Dr. Mark and Kathy Brown and talking about sit-asides. So you've got a book here, the 20 things that we could be doing to stay fit using our chair or in our chair. Yes. One of the things is just keep maybe rolling up on our toes and so forth, just lifting
doing
the
calf raises.
Calf raises.
Yes, ma'am.
And, you can't do those for very long without really starting to feel the burn.
You're right. And even if you do like chair squats, because we've been to a lot of offices where we've showed people how to do these, and after about 10 or 15 chair squats, they're amazed at how fatigued their legs feel.
But it really makes a difference as far as our health. And we're not just talking about weight control. We're talking about some serious health issues, aren't we?
Oh, some very serious health issues. Even the National Cancer Society came out just this past year with the fact that idle sitting increases the risk of a woman getting breast cancer. Now, that's amazing. That's amazing because who would correlate that or connect that to idle sitting?
So what is a healthy number of hours to be in a chair every day?
Well, what you want to do is you want to make sure you interrupt the sitting.
That's it.
Like and especially idle sitting, every 5 to 10 minutes you want to do something. And that doesn't mean you have to stand up. But if you just do the calf raises, if we have some abductor and adductor workouts we show you how to do while you're sitting there. So you can do your inner and your outer thighs while you're sitting down,
All right, well, let's get to these. All right, everyone, pull up a chair, so to speak, and we're going to learn how to exercise in the chair. Kathy, you want to take us through, tell us some of these.
Well, if you can, get some water bottles. And what you do is just have the water bottles so when you have time, when the phone's not ringing or you're not on the computer, just use your water bottles in your arms and just do your curls.
As weights.
Yeah. And mind over matter. Think of yourself as having weights in your hands instead of the water bottles. It's like having weights. And if you don't have water bottles, get canned goods.
Okay.
And then just do curls. And believe it or not, if you just think of it as being, okay, I got these heavy weights and just curl. And before you know it, you're going to have a little lump.
A little bit of little muscle there?
Yes. Yeah, little bicep.
Okay.
And that will really help you as far as shape up your arms and get toned.
Because that's part of it, too.
That's part of it, too.
Yes.
So you do your biceps, and then you turn it around, and you do your triceps. And that'll help those flyaway arms that a lot of women complain about.
Yeah,
and
we don't want
like
those.
I say, you're working 8 hours a day. So why not get your workout in?
Why not?
While you're working.
While you're working. And it's
right.
not hard because after a while, if you do these exercise, and I would say within a month's time, you will start seeing your body take on a different look.
This is amazing. All right, tell us another one. That's upper body, and that's really good. I know I've heard that when you come to a stoplight, quickly do some crunches just while you're sitting.
Yeah.
Is that something that you would recommend?
What we do is what we call it a sit down, sit up. So what you do is you hold, you suck your stomach in.
Yeah.
You hold the muscles in, but let the air out, and just blow it out, and you can feel the muscles contracting right while you're sitting there. So again, that's a nice thing to do, and you can do it anywhere, anytime, doesn't matter. One of the things, and what it is all it is just called an abdominal vacuum. That's all you're doing is an abdominal vacuum.
And what does that do for you?
Well, what it does is it makes those stomach muscles nice and firm and tight. The more you do it, the more you'll see the results. Because remember how it was, you see sometimes a young man would see a pretty girl come around and he'd suck in that stomach trying to keep that stomach in. That's exactly the same principle. But again, you make sure you breathe when you do it. So now you're able to not pass out. We don't want you to pass out while you're doing these. But another thing you can do is just like she's talking about, mind over matter, isometrics. Squeeze your pectoral muscles real tight. Put your hands up like you're getting ready to do a push-up. Squeeze your pectoral muscles real tight and just push out. And then pull back.
And it does not matter that there's not really anything heavy in front of you because if you are tensing up your
That's right.
muscles as if there were something heavy, you're getting
that isometric
similar benefit?
Right.
And you will feel it too. The next day, you'll be like, why am I so sore?
Because you
It's like
were
posing. It's like posing when you talk to a bodybuilder. He
Right.
says, the hardest thing about being a bodybuilder is the posing. Because now you got to really contract your muscles. And now because you're contracting your muscles, you're squeezing as hard as you can. You're even squeezing harder if you're trying to lift weight because you're going because you want to make that muscle look great. So that's what you're doing.
Now, there is the reason to try to look our very best, to
Yes,
have
it
our
is.
clothes fit
Yes,
and
it
so
is.
forth. But you're saying there's much more health benefits
sure.
and life benefits to this.
Sure. Especially when you think about, again, a lot of the things happens to your body. Kathy had a situation when she was in the call center, and she got this condition called coccydynia. What that is you want to explain it to him, Kathy?
It's like being in a car, taking a trip, being in a car for like 8 to 14 hours.
Ooh.
And you know how when you get up, how your rear end really hurts.
And
it's
hard to
real
stand up
painful.
again. Your
Yes.
back is not used to being
Exactly.
bent for that
That
long.
and your rear end is not, and coccydynia is soreness.
Almost
Well, she has
numbness.
that. Where your coccyx, the
Okay.
coccyx bone, it becomes very sore,
Very sore.
and it repeatedly is sore. It took her almost a year to get rid of that.
But you were able to recover from this.
Right,
Yes, but
right.
it took a while. Even if I went to the movies and just sat and watched the movie, I would feel it.
that condition would come back on.
Very painful.
Okay.
yeah.
Do you notice that the shape of a chair makes a difference in
Yes,
what's
it
more
does.
painful
It
or
does.
not?
It does make a difference.
How important is it for us to have some kind of support by our lumbar, that lower? Somehow that seems to not make it hurt as badly.
Well, it all depends on the shape of your chair and the shape of your body.
Okay.
Because a lot of people, you might have a good fit in a chair where somebody else might not.
Does not.
So it
Okay.
all depends on what your body calls for. You could put something in the back of your chair to make you feel better, but it might not work for you.
There's some new research now they're talking about whether the S shape or the J shape is better for your back. Because they say if you look at a child, their spine is more of a J shape than an S shape. So sometimes, like Kathy was saying, with that lumbar support, if you ever notice, if you have a lumbar support in your car and you drive a long period of time, you feel that pain
Yes.
in your
Yes.
back. It
Right.
really doesn't help. So again, it depends. But if you don't have anything there, it may be a little better for you. It just depends. It just depends on you have to. That's the great thing about what God has done for us. He gave us a body and He gave us a mind, and we have to decide what it is that feels best for us.
Yeah.
We have to decide that.
Okay.
And you have to keep good posture too, because
Yes.
that
Yeah, that's very
that
important.
really
Is
makes
that
a
the
big
book
difference.
on the head and walking, or how do we get really good posture? Any tips?
Well, I'd say the most important thing is to realize that you always want to try to keep your feet firm and flat on the ground. And then you want to try to put your hips as far back in the chair as you can go. And then you want to, again, if you can hold in a little bit of, your stomach a little bit so that now you're sitting with good posture, you're sitting erect and correct, then see what happens. See how you feel. See
Okay.
if that works for you. If it doesn't work for you, find the right fit for you.
Now, I'm guessing because that is the correct way to sit, that when we stand up, we probably shouldn't have really, really high heels on. Am I right about that? Does that throw you off, or are they okay?
Well, I don't wear heels. Kathy could probably
Okay,
tell
I'm
you about
looking
this,
at
but-
Kathy.
But one thing they do say is that high heels for most people are a bad situation. That's what they do say. Now, having
But
said,
they're cute.
But having said that, Kathy wear high heels all the time.
And I created an exercise book with high heels on.
Awesome. All right.
And it doesn't bother me at all to wear high heels. And certain exercises you do, you just make sure you hold on to something so you don't fall. But yeah, I could do.
So you can do these exercises
Oh yes,
in your book
yes.
with really cute
in my
shoes.
book with really cute shoes on, and have
That's
no
what
problem. Just make sure you hold on to your desk or to your chair. If your chair has wheels, just make sure that you don't slide or whatever.
Don't
but
want to roll away.
Right.
I I wear heels all the time.
But let me give this disclaimer. Now again, the science says that heels are not good for you to wear. But having
heard
said
you,
that-
we heard you.
Okay, push me back in the corner.
But ladies, get my Citicize 30-second movement exercise chart booklet. It will show you how to do all kinds of exercise with your heels on.
Give
That's
us
right.
give us one more. One more for fun.
You could stand up and you could do leg raises. And just count, do so many leg raises.
To the side or to the front?
To
kicking
both,
front?
all
Okay.
side, the front,
like a front
the
kick?
back, yeah, everything. Even with your water bottles, you could do your arm work and whatever. And also, ladies, squats. Squats is very, very important.
Yes.
And when you do that squat, hold on to something so you don't fall. But when you come up, squeeze.
Squeeze your gluteus, medius, maximus.
Right. And then let go.
Okay.
Then go back down again. Then come up. And that will give your legs and your knees so much strength that you will be surprised.
Kathy, where do we get your book? How do we get our hands on a copy of this?
Well, you can get it at Amazon.com. Also, our website is www.citicize, SITACISE.com. But you can go to Amazon.com and get it too.
SITACIZE.com.
CISC.
SS.
Oh,
Sorry.
say that again, please. SITACISE.com.
Yep.
All right.
www.citicize.com.
Okay.
And it's the world's fastest workout.
Well, and you're saying how many minutes a day, really? It's just interrupting regular sitting, so you're not even timing
You're
yourself.
not timing. As much as you feel like doing, that's what you can do.
And you just
And
until you
you'll
can't do
start
it.
looking so good that you'll just
on doing it.
keep
Yeah.
on doing it.
Okay, well, in our few closing seconds, we have bosses, and when they come around and see us doing this, does this look like we're playing on the job, or do you talk to HR personnel to explain to them how important this is?
Well, that's what we do, because again, they're realizing that healthy employees are happy employees and they're more productive employees. So we work with companies just like you said, just like that. And if we're just working with the employees and not the employer, then what we tell the employee, like you said, is to tell the boss they're going to be doing some things like this so that they will realize they're not just playing around, but they're trying to make sure they utilize their time to get their bodies healthy and fit and to avoid a lot of those problems.
You willing to go to workplace and
Oh,
talk
yeah.
to everyone
Oh, yes.
about this?
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what
we
you do.
do. Yeah.
How do people reach you for this?
Well, all they have to do is either they can call us 330-497-9626. But
Say that again, please.
But it's better to email us at
Okay.
DRBROWN 19901 at att.net. That's the best way to reach us because, as you saw when you tried to call, it's kind of hard to get to us.
Yeah, that is true.
So-
All right. Can't thank you enough. This has been loads of fun. Dr. Mark Brown, Kathy Brown, thank you so much for joining us on our
God bless
community.
you. Thank you for having us.
God bless you as well.